Good morning. It is time for Chattin with CHAP. I am your host, Ginger Wade, and today we are going to talk about all the springtime reminders that we need in order to finish out our school year well. But first, I wanted to remind y'all that this is the season of events with CHAP. So if you do not know that there are events going on, you really need to sign up for our e-news. chaponline.com. Under the contact section, you can subscribe to e-news and you will know about all the things that are happening with CHAP. Just in case you are missing it on Facebook, everything goes out in our e-news. So the things that are going on right now, we have the Hometown Tour, which is starting March 9th. March 9th, everybody, that is less than a week away. So we are starting in Warren, going to Pittsburgh State College, Scranton, and Lancaster next week with Lauren Gideon from Education Independence. Don't want to miss that. It's going to be great. You can still sign up. You can even walk in if you don't sign up online, but you can come and be encouraged and equipped to move forward with your homeschooling. We also have Capital A coming up. Now, we did have to close down registration for that because you guys, wow, overwhelming response. Next year, we have to plan for a larger portion of the Capital to be in because there's so many people coming to Capital Day. Now, it is a free public space, so, you know, you can still decide to be there that day. Just saying. And we have convention open. Registration is open now also for June 11th through 13th at Elizabethtown College. All the information is on conv.chaponline.com. Okay, today's reminder day. Let's get down to it. Lots of things to remember. So it is the springtime. And I know as we're getting into the beginning of spring, we're finally back into the groove. It's March now. We're back into the groove after the holidays, maybe. And it's still wintry. We're still not outside. But it is time to be thinking about next year. Actually, my co-op has been thinking about next year since January already. We start our planning early, as do many co-ops, if you're looking to join a co-op. So here's a little quick brief thing. Co-op is like a learning group where you have classes. Support groups could be different. It could just be moms, or it could be moms with kids, but it's less structured, typically more like field trips, that types of things. There's like pods, micro schools, all the things. Anything like a pod or whatever, I consider that just its own little co-op, right? So there are hybrid schools where you're there 2-3 times a day and you're home the rest of the days. Those are different. But no matter what type of group you're looking to join, except maybe the support group style, you should be looking into it now. People are planning, they're getting their registrations open, they're planning for the next school year, and typically those registrations will be open now anytime and could be closed till the end of the school year. So you need to be prepared for that. I know in particular with my co-op, you can't join the co-op unless you visit the co-op, and there are limited spaces to visit the co-op, and it's only during the month of March. So if you're near me and you're thinking you want to come to my co-op, you better get signed up as a visitor because you can't sign up to join unless you come as a visitor. So, and different people have different, not all group is its own group. Not every group has that rule. So just to be aware of. But now is the time to be looking for co-ops. So if you want to look for ones near you, you can go to chaponline.com under the resources section. There is a find groups. You can listing by county. You can go find them there. I also want to encourage you, if you have started a co-op and you want it to be accessible or findable by other people, please go to that chaponline.com/resources and fill out a form to get your co-op listed. We don't know, I know we do not have all the co-ops that are out there. But if you want to be listed and you want people to be able to find you, please reach out to us and get your co-op listed on our list so people can find you. We also, every once in a while, send emails out to group leaders of events and things that are happening with CHAP that we feel would benefit you as group leaders or your group itself. So get listed with us and others will be able to find you. So next on the list is testing. So testing with the co-op, with the co-op. The homeschool requirement isn't as scary as it sounds. I know in the public school setting, I mean, testing is the thing, like it happens all the time, and it's just this big stressful thing. It does not have to be with homeschooling. Traditionally, we met as groups, many times evaluators, proctored testing with groups of kids, or friends would swap and you do a paper test. Anymore these days, it's so easy to do it online. That's what I've switched to doing. I use the academic excellence. I use the CAT. And my kids, the computer's the proctor, and my kids just sit down and do it on their own. And it's just right there on the computer. So if you need to do testing, that's it's grades 3, 5, and 8. Now, if you don't do grades, that's roughly age 8, 10, and 13 for doing testing. I actually have 2 kids doing testing this year. So there's online and in person. If you do it in person, you have to find someone else to be the proctor or find a group. We do have a list of testers on our website also. I just don't know how often that is actually used anymore. Your results or proof of doing the test have to be in your portfolio, but the results of the test the evaluator doesn't say anything about it. Like the evaluator doesn't get to say, oh, you can pass or you don't pass. That's not the evaluator's job. So, you just put it in there so they know that you did it. And you don't have to wait until the end of the year. You can do it at any time. Now would be just fine if you wanted to do it now, but just as long as you have it done before you have your evaluation. So that's an important step right there to remember. It is also time to find an evaluator. If you have not connected with an evaluator yet, you need to do it. Evaluator schedules get very full. I don't know how we're doing with ratio of evaluators to homeschooling people. I think there's more evaluators coming on. So, but sometimes it's hard to find someone to evaluate. So if you don't have an evaluator, you can, again, go to chaponline.com/resources under the resources tab and find our evaluator listing, and you can reach out. Pretty much the best thing to do, though, is word of mouth. Like if you know other homeschoolers, ask them who they use, and it's really a whole process. So if you don't have an evaluator yet, start looking. Like I said, we do have a list. If you are an evaluator and you want to be people to be more aware of you, you can get listed as an evaluator with us. So you can go to that resources tab again and sign yourself up with us. So here's the thing. You're going to want to interview your evaluator to make sure that their philosophy matches your philosophy. You can go to homeschoolpennsylvania.org to read more about this. I can't go into it in detail today, but you can go to homeschoolpennsylvania.org. And Alicia and I have recorded some really great mini podcasts, only like 7 minutes long. One is explaining how to prepare for your evaluation, and the other is explaining how to find an evaluator. And those will be coming out in the month of March. So one is coming out on the 19th and the other on the 31st. So keep your eyes peeled at the podcast on our YouTube channel. It will be posted here on Facebook. If you need some guidance or help on the whole evaluator process, there will be some short videos coming out. You can also go to the YouTube channel, CHAP Homeschool Pennsylvania out there on YouTube. Go to our law playlist, and there is a whole list of law videos there, including some really great videos on evaluators. There's a 2-part evaluator panel discussion that I had with a bunch of evaluators, and we talked about all kinds of things. They are a little bit longer, but it is a very thorough deep dive into the whole evaluation process and the job of the evaluator. So you may find that to be helpful too. And something you may not realize is that you actually can complete your evaluation before you're done with your school year. So I know some evaluators get started here in March and April doing evaluations. And most people have not completed their 180 days at that point, but it's okay. It's okay. You can still get your evaluation done. I know personally for me, I like getting it done at the end of my year because I find that once I've seen the evaluator, I lose motivation, even though the evaluator doesn't have the stamp of it's not the you pass or whatever thing. But there's just something in me that it's better for me to keep that for the end. But not everybody can do that because evaluators are not all available. So just know that you can have your evaluation done at any time at this point. Okay, so that was our third announcement. Now we're on to our fourth reminder. Is for dual enrollment. So again, out on our YouTube channel, I have 2 really great podcasts with a guy named Jack who talked with me about dual enrollment and what dual enrollment is and how it can benefit homeschooled students. So I won't go into that in depth here, but there are podcasts out there where I talk about it. There's multiple podcasts. So you can go out there and search on dual enrollment. You'll find me on our channel. But if you're looking to dual enroll your senior high student, it's where senior high students take college courses to get credit. Typically, those registrations are happening now, really soon. I know the one local to me, the filing to be able to do it happens in March, and then registration for the actual classes happens in April. So if you're thinking you want to do that with your student next year, you really need to get plugged into that thinking process now. Now, some of those programs will need test scores like the CAT or the ACT. My kids took the CLT for the local Christian school. They accepted that in 10th grade, and that is what they have used to get into courses there. So you would need to prepare for that, and you'd need to look into where the SAT is being held. Locally, kids can take it with the public school kids. I haven't had to do that yet for myself, so that's not something I needed to look into. We just did the CLT online at home. You can do dual enrollment online or in person. You really have to look in the program and see what the rules are, because the one that my kids go to, you have to be in person. But there are plenty that we've also done, like Grand Canyon University and Regent and Cedarville and all these other schools where they do classes online, and you can do online dual enrollment classes. So check it out and see what it is that you want your kid to do, and see what the availability is. Also, CTC, you can probably still sign up to go to a CTC, which is a VOTEC. But I know people had done that early already too. So that was even before this point in time. You might still be able to sign up for that. But maybe instead of doing that, you want to just look for an apprenticeship in the field that your child is interested in. Apprenticeship or an internship could be paid or non-paid, but it would still count as classes. And so maybe that's something you want to look into. But now is the time to be thinking about these things. Now is the time to be planning for the coming year. And last announcement for today is about graduation. So if you have a senior for this year, you're really going to want to be thinking about that now. So I know that we have kind of like an umbrella group here called CHAP. It's a Lancaster County group. They hold a graduation together with like 200 students, which is really great. But I know you have to sign up to be a part of that in September. So now it's too late to be a part of that if you're in the Lancaster area. One of your other options is to check out if the co-op that you're part of is having a graduation ceremony. My co-op, the moms of the graduating seniors get together and they hash out what they want to be part of the ceremony. If there's going to be worship, if there's going to be prayer, who's going to be speaking, those types of things. And they make it what they want it to be. You could also just do something at private in your house with just your family. There's nothing wrong with that at all. There's no legal requirement for having a graduation and the way in which you award a diploma. The other option, of course, is the CHAP graduation. We're having graduation on June 12th, the Friday night of convention here in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania, where you can come in as a family and enjoy the convention, be part of the convention, or you can just come be part of the graduation. So if you're graduating your first and you still want to make it to convention to see all the great and wonderful things, you can do that. Or if it's your last or some of your last, and you might not necessarily feel the need to attend the convention, but you want to be part of the group, you absolutely can do that. So go to conv.chaponline.com and check out the CHAP graduation so that we can have a really awesome group. We wear blue gowns and it's a whole thing, and I'm going to be part of it. I'll be reading it. Well, if I don't lose my voice like I did last year, so you can pray for me not to lose my voice. But I will be reading stuff at the CHAP convention, and it's going to be a wonderful celebration. It's a really good time together. So Those are options. Those are your options for graduation. So be thinking about that. One of the fun things that we did at our co-op is we all wore the same color gown, but everybody chose their own tassel color. So, cause you can order whatever you want. You just go online and my daughter chose 3 different colors to put in hers, and all of my kids have chosen different tassel coordinations, color coordinations based on what they like, right? And they're all very different, which is really fun because they each have their own, unique style. So, yeah. So if you need a diploma, if you're issuing your own diploma, go to homeschoolpennsylvania.org. Out there, we do have the PDE stamped, homeschool diploma. And of course, you don't have to use that. You can create your own using Publisher or whatever, Canva or whatever you want. But the one that has the PDE symbol on it, might be better recognizable because of the PDE stamp on it. It's one of those things. It really legally has no whatever. It's just a thing. And then you can use that form and you can even put calligraphy in it using an easy tool. I can't remember how I did it before. I used something, maybe it was PowerPoint, stuck it in there or you can have someone actually hand letter it, which is really cool. So you can make that whatever you want to make it. I'm just saying it might be time to start thinking about that. It is March. Most kids are graduating around May time frame or something like that. Of course, the CHAP conventions, our graduation happens in June. So anyway, those are the reminders today. So it was looking for groups and co-ops, get your testing done, find your evaluator. You don't necessarily have to schedule your evaluation yet, but you do want to find an evaluator. Thank you, Sarah. Notice everybody chatting with CHAP. Do you know my logo? My little phones. Aren't they cute? So cute. They're my Chattin' with CHAP earrings. And 4th was dual enrollment, and 5th was graduation. So those are your reminders for today. On top of, don't forget about the hometown tour, Capital Day, and the graduation. You're going to want to be plugged in with all of those great events. Come together, be encouraged. I'm telling you, the more I'm with people in groups, the more I realize the strength that comes from being together is just so wonderful. And I want to encourage you, if you're watching this on Facebook, if you're watching it on YouTube, wherever it is that you are, like it, subscribe to it, hit the bell, hit the automatic download, whatever it is that you do. Share it with other people, especially if you find something super encouraging. Share it with someone or someone that you know needs this information. Share it with them. We have tons of topics out there that we've been listening to. And keep an eye out with us. In this coming weeks, we're going to be interviewing some of our speakers who are going to be at the convention. They are going to be, we have a really great lineup, by the way. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I'm also going to be having some videos with Will Estrada from HSLDA. Coming out in March too. So, yeah, good stuff is coming. We'll be celebrating America's 250th this coming July. So you want to stay tuned into the podcast and stay plugged in because we're going to be having a lot of fun things coming up. So thanks for tuning in. Enjoy your March and I will see you soon. Take care now.